Banger after banger.
What's up, Colliders? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. Back at you with your AEW Collision review. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok. The other thing was it Threads, if you can find me on that one. Hit me up on that too. Hit me up in the community post. Yeah, man, Collision, 4 episodes in. Colliders, man, we're eating good. And if Colliders is the name of the Collision fans, what does Dynamite, what name do Dynamite fans have? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know some of your names or suggestions for names for the Dynamite fans. But yeah, man, episode 4, Collision. I gotta say, man, honestly, I'm really digging this show. I'm digging the presentation. The setup is different. Commentary is different. If it wasn't AEW, like if it didn't have the AEW name attached to this show, I would think that it's a different wrestling promotion. Like it doesn't feel like Dynamite at all, and that's a good thing. Like Dynamite has its own flow, Collision has its own flow. It's all good. It's all love, man. It's all wrestling. It's real graps. And the way it starts off, like the thing it's been doing these past couple of weeks is it's been starting off with different promos, either hyping up the main event or hyping up the Owen Hart Cup tournament. Like that's the way this episode of Collision started. It started off with promos from CM Punk and Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks, you know, making their claim for the Owen Hart tournament. And then the show went on to open up with a CM Punk promo. Now, I kind of feel like this felt a little bit out of place, and I kind of feel like they did this because Athena and Willow Nightingale were supposed to wrestle, and Willow Nightingale wasn't cleared to compete, so I'm pretty sure that they had to adjust some stuff, like switch some stuff around, add this CM Punk promo, you know, just to kind of pad out time a little bit. So I'm not gonna, you know, harp on it too much. And CM Punk was pretty much, you know, talking about the history between him and Samoa Joe, talking about how much this tournament means to him, and talking about how this tournament is actually bigger than him, bigger than the other competitors involved. It's all for Owen Hart. So, you know, nothing too egregious, nothing too out of pocket, you know, hyping up the main event between him and Samoa Joe. And then this led into our opening contest between Absolute Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs. And I gotta say, man, this was a really good match. Powerhouse Hobbs came out with QTV, and the whole time I'm thinking, damn, man, I actually like QTV. I like Powerhouse Hobbs. I actually just wish that they were two separate things. Like Powerhouse Hobbs is doing his own thing, QTV is doing their own thing. And to my absolute surprise, not only did Ricky Starks win, but it's looking like I'm getting my wish. What had happened was Powerhouse Hobbs hit the spine buster on Ricky Starks. The referee was distracted because she was dealing with QT on Marshall. And while this is happening, Powerhouse Hobbs actually had the match won, but the referee was distracted, so she didn't see what was going on. So as this is happening, Powerhouse Hobbs is telling QT Marshall, "Yo, what are you doing, bro? I had the match won. Get out of here!" And then Ricky Starks hits a spear on Powerhouse Hobbs. 1, 2, 3. Ricky Starks is going to the finals where he will wrestle either CM Punk or Samoa Joe. And this led to the aftermatch shenanigans where Powerhouse Hobbs was pissed. Rightfully so, man. He had an opportunity to compete in the finals and he didn't, thanks to QT Marshall. Oh, what's his face? Bailey's ex, he comes out and he eats a spine buster. And it looks like Powerhouse Hobbs is gonna lay holy hands on QT Marshall, where Harley Cameron kind of interferes and like gets in the way. And then Powerhouse Hobbs powders out, he gets out of the ring and he just walks away. So it looks like Powerhouse Hobbs is finally free from the shackles of QTV. I've said this before and I'll continue to say it. I like QTV as their own thing, and Powerhouse Hobbs needs to do his own thing, and that's looking like what's going to happen. Finally, thank you God, thank you Jesus, praise Allah, praise SpongeBob, whoever it is you pray to. I finally got my wish. Thank you. Speaking of God, we had a backstage segment with Miro, and he's doing more of his normal thing where he's just talking about God and his hot wife and his mission. And he says something about the fight he's been waiting for is about to happen. So I mean, I like Miro, so I'm willing to see where this goes. It's just him just doing his normal Miro thing, but you know, it is what it is. So as I mentioned earlier, Willow Nightingale was supposed to wrestle Athena for the women's Owen Hart Tournament, but Willow Nightingale wasn't cleared to compete after a match with Julia, so they had a backstage segment. And what's going to happen is this match is going to happen this Friday on Rampage. Next up, we had Julia Hart wrestle somebody. I don't even know who this is. At first, I thought it was Dewdrop. What's her name? Piper Niven. I'm like, hold up. I know that ain't who I think it is, but it's not Piper Niven. It's just a local talent. It was just a local talent. And yeah, this was supposed to take the place of Willow Nightingale and Athena. Pretty decent match, you know, putting it over Julia Hart. And apparently she's won 24 matches. Like I didn't know she won that many matches. Good for her. So, you know, if they keep this up, it's looking like they might try to do something with her as far as the women's championship, possibly. Because you don't just throw up the fact that, Julia Hart has won 24 matches without, you know, there being a bigger reason or a bigger picture for, you know, all that going on. So good for Julia Hart, good for the House of Black, good for Malachi Black. Speaking of Malachi Black, you had a segment where he's talking about Andrade and talking about the mask and this whole situation going on with the mask. And Andrade's mad about his mask, and Malachi Black, his eyes just getting more evil when he's talking about the mask. And basically this is pretty much setting up the eventual match between Andrade and Malachi Black. And whenever that match happens, it's going to be freaking awesome. But these two are kind of feuding over a mask. So, but Andrade did give a good reason as to why he's so upset about the House of Black taking his mask. Because he said his mask represents his culture, his heritage, his family. So he gave some credence as to why he's so upset about this mask. As opposed to just being like, yo, he just stole my stuff and I'm just mad. So there was a reason. Cool. All right. Now this match is going to have a lot of people talking for the next few days. Even though it happened under the rule I absolutely hate the most, and that is the championship eliminator match. I hate this. I hate this concept. I hate it in AEW. I hate it in WWE, where you have to beat the champion in order to get an opportunity at the champion for the championship. I hate this concept. That being said, this match was awesome. FTR taking on Bullet Club Gold. Bullet Club Gold actually won. They're getting a championship opportunity, or not an opportunity, but a championship match next week, and it's going to be 2 out of 3 falls. So that means more wrestling goodness between Bullet Club Gold and FTR. And I'm going to be honest. I actually wouldn't mind seeing the Bullet Club beat FTR. I know it seems like I hate FTR. I don't. I actually really like FTR. I've made pitches for Adam Cole and MJF to beat FTR. I'm making another pitch for Bullet Club to beat FTR. This isn't a slight against FTR. I just like these other teams better. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Dope match. This will definitely be the match I would say if you don't check out Collision for anything else. Check it out for Bullet Club versus FTR. Awesome match. Real grabs. Good stuff. Alright, so now we have the official return of Scorpio Sky, wrestling his first match in AEW in 2023. Now, we haven't seen Scorpio Sky since, I want to say, last year, where I think he was injured. Like, he lost the TNT Championship and he was out with injury. So this is the first time we've seen Scorpio Sky since last year. And he wrestled Action Andretti, and this was a good return match for him. I'm still wondering what really happened to Action Andretti since the whole Chris Jericho feud and him helping Ricky Starks. We haven't really seen much of him. I'm under the impression that he's wrestled on Ring of Honor, but I haven't seen him since the whole Jericho feud with Ricky Starks and all that. So it's good to see him on television once again. Scorpio Sky got the win. Good little showcase for him. You know, after the match, it was a show of respect. So now we're seeing that Scorpio Sky is indeed a face, because the last time we saw this man, he was hanging out with Dan Lambert. He was acting like a total idiot, feuding with Sammy Guevara over the TNT Championship, and the TNT Championship has not been the same since those two feuded. So it's good to see Scorpio Sky going back to bases. You know, hopefully they can do something with this man, build him up. You know, get him back to where he was when he was with SCU, when Scorpio Sky was feuding with Chris Jericho. So good for Scorpio Sky. But now it is time for the main event: Samoa Joe, CM Punk. I think they wrestled 3 times in Ring of Honor, and they haven't wrestled since then until this episode of Collision. So it's good to see old Punky Brewster and Joey Samoa wrestle for the final spot in the Owen Hart Tournament, where the winner of this match will go on to face Ricky Starks. And the big story of this match is the fact that CM Punk has never, ever been able to beat Samoa Joe until this night. He beat him with the most devastating move in all sports entertainment, the surprise roll-up. Surprise Samoa Joe face. Surprise fans. I wasn't really surprised because I kind of picked CM Punk to win. But yeah, everyone else was surprised. So this is going to lead to CM Punk taking on Absolute Ricky Starks. And the final, I think they said, is going to take place next week. So after the match, you had CM Punk trying to, show some respect, try to show some love, demonstrate the code of honor, going back to the Ring of Honor days. And Samoa Joe and CM Punk actually shook hands. This was short-lived because Samoa Joe ended up choking this man out, putting him in the coquina clutch, choking him out. And then after that, it looked like Samoa Joe was going to, beat this man to death, possibly with a steel chair. FTR, CM Punk's best friends, came out to make the save, ran Samoa Joe off. And as this is happening, Ricky Starks comes out. And he's kind of just looking like he didn't really do anything to help CM Punk or, run off Samoa Joe. He kind of just looked like making it clear that, it's going to be me and you, baby boy, next week. Owen Hart finals for the Owen Hart Cup, to complete the tournament. Who do I think is going to win? Prediction. CM Punk honestly does not need it. It will be pretty cool to see Ricky Starks win and, do something to elevate him. So that's who I'm picking. I'm picking Ricky Starks to win the whole thing. Possibly a CM Punk heel turn. I don't think that's where it's going to go. But I do believe that Ricky Starks is going to win the whole shebang bang and be the second annual Owen Hart person for the men. And then for the women, I think it's going to be Ruby Soho wrestling Sky Blue. And then you have Athena wrestling Willow. And then we'll see who wrestles in the finals, I think next week, possibly, hopefully, maybe. So yeah, man, Collision this week gets an honorary W. Overall good show, man. I'm really entertained. I'm really enjoying the flow of Collision. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, man. I like it a little bit better than Dynamite. Dynamite is cool in its own way, but the pacing for Dynamite is weird. Like, they really throw a lot at you, and the booking is really consistent. Like with Collision, these are your guys, these are your girls. You may have some people come in and out, but for the most part, you have your core roster on Collision. Whereas with Dynamite, it's a little bit more all over the place, and it is just pedal to the metal in the entire show. Like, it doesn't really give things an opportunity to breathe and to resonate. Like, during the old Powerhouse Hobbs thing where he was about to attack QT Marshall, I was thinking, like, how will this translate on Dynamite? It would probably be like, Powerhouse Hobbs pushes QT Marshall, and then they cut to something else. Whereas on Collision, they actually let things breathe and settle and let you see this is what's going on. So that's why I'm feeling Collision a little bit better. No shade on Dynamite. I still really enjoy Dynamite. Collision is just a little bit more my speed. But with that being said, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on Collision. What do you prefer? Do you prefer Dynamite more? Do you like Collision? Do you just like everything? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You colliders, take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace.